Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. I'm Randi Thompson, sitting in for Sam Shad. I'll be talking today with Yale Spina and Mike Savage of Sky Tavern, talking about the great expansion that's going on at the city-owned ski run. All coming up on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
Reckless government spending on frivolous projects is bad enough. Even worse, spending to send COVID relief checks to criminals in prison. Senator Catherine Cortez Masto voted to allow COVID relief checks to go to the likes of the Boston Marathon bomber and hundreds of thousands of other convicted murderers and criminals, allowing almost $1 billion in COVID relief checks to go to hardened criminals in prison. Tell Senator Cortez Masto to start voting against reckless, wasteful spending to stop inflation.
Pro Group Management is the place where companies can find workers' comp solutions that are designed to meet their specific business requirements. As regulations evolve, Pro Group takes a proactive approach to clear the path to make sure your business stays ahead of the curve. Knowing your workers' comp program is optimized, you can focus on other important matters related to your growing business. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Brian Culpa Photography was born in the rolling hills of Massachusetts, and now he can help you experience the stunning beauty of Nevada in a whole new way through the power of flight. Flying has always been a passion for Brian, and at Brian Culpa Photography, he can make your imagination soar. Brian has the creative mind and tools to tell your unique story. Experience the bird's eye view at brianculpaphotography.com.
What do you count on? You count on your power every day. At NV Energy, we've always powered what's important to you, but we're not looking at the past. We're focused on the future. While our standards are high, our rates will remain low. And our commitment to renewables isn't just meeting standards, but leading the way. Because you can count on more than just your power. You can count on the company who brings it to you. That's our promise. You can count on it.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And we're back on Nevada Newsmakers. I'm Randi Thompson, and I'm talking with two newbies today for Newsmakers, Yale Spina and Mike Savage. Yale's the president of the board of Sky Tavern, also a 17-year professional skier, a gaming executive, worked at a cool RV place, which we got to talk about one of these days, because I want to go RVing some more, and you know where to go. Freestyle skier and now president of the board of Sky Tavern. And Mike Savage is the Alpine program director and ski coach for Sky Tavern. He was also a ski coach for Mount Rose ski area for Sage Ridge School, went back east, went to Europe, done some stuff with the U.S. Olympic team. So what I have here is you're a level 500 ski coach, which is a very rare thing. There's like, what, 12 of you in the country?
It's a small number.
Yeah, so I'm here with really two very extinguished skiers. So I'm just thrilled to have you guys. So people who, especially in Vegas, because this does play in Vegas, might not know what Sky Tavern is. So I'm going to give a brief recap. The city of Reno owns a ski resort. And it's one of, two cities, I think, in the country that actually own their own ski resort. It is run by a nonprofit board called the Sky Tavern Board, which Yale's the president of. It's been around, it's got a junior ski program that is very well known up here in Reno for about 75 years. And it is a park, so people can come and go hiking and biking, as well as we have this incredible junior ski program that's been training kids for 75 years. So I gave a little highlight, but why don't you kind of dig in, Yale, to some of the reasons really why you're the board president now.
Well, thank you for having me. And yes, Sky Tavern is near and dear to my heart because I literally grew up there. For 7 years, I spent my young years learning how to ski. My grandfather was the one that put in the lifts for the city of Reno when they acquired the land in the early 60s. So, of course, I'm going there, and it was a wonderful experience for me. And I have a lot of my life that I owe to Sky Tavern. So I'm back in Reno since 2014, and over the recent years, I was just wondering, what can I do to help? And Sky Tavern, having been operating and teaching kids to ski and snowboard for 74 years, and we lost count at about 125,000 kids have learned to ski affordably. And with that, the program is an affordable program. It's run by volunteers, moms and dads and others. And the price is very, very inexpensive comparative to anything else in the world. We're the oldest and the largest of its kind in the nation. Sky Tavern is run by a nonprofit board of 14 people. And our mission is to expand on that junior ski program and have more affordable programs for kids and families. The cost is $193 for a season pass, and that includes lifts and lessons. So if you compare that to a per day cost at any of the other ski areas, it's a lot less, and it's affordable for any. And we also sponsor between 400 and 500 kids every year that can't afford to come.
And the fun part is the kids get to learn to ski with their parents. The parents can have lessons too, as well as the kids. And in the afternoon, they can go free ski with their parents. So it's really a great weekend of family gatherings.
It really is, and it's really never changed. It's been the same for 74 years, and it's so therefore we're not a startup. I mean, this thing has been going. You couldn't stop it if you tried.
Yeah.
We had 3,800 people last year, up from 2,800 the year before in COVID. So we're growing. And recently we received a long-term lease from the city of Reno, which changes everything.
Yeah.
With a short-term lease, the program was struggling to raise money. With a short lease, people don't want to invest. We now have tied up this property for 50 years. So we're raising money that can build and expand the program so it's beyond just the junior ski program to include other things like racing, moguls, and in the summer, mountain biking and hiking and yoga and things like that.
So while the program's been around for a while, you're new, and we're very excited. By the way, I have to disclose I'm on the board of Sky Tavern, which is why I wanted to come talk about this, because it's near and dear to my heart. But it's also an incredible group thing for our community to have. It really is. So, Mike, welcome to Nevada officially, or I should say, welcome back. So again, you are a very highly skilled, trained ski coach. Sky Tavern does have a ski team, and again, we'll have kids that start at 4 or 5 at Sky Tavern that end up becoming professionals or Olympic gold medalists, like David Wise. Yes. But you were brought in to do what?
To take advantage of the Monday through Friday opportunities and create programs. And the programs that we want to create is anything from junior skiing as far as U10s to U18s, have support and create opportunities for the high schools around Nevada to create a master's program, and also support and help any of the other programs in the community that need skiing, training, advancement, development during the week at Sky Tavern.
Oh, that's awesome. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Pro Group Management is the place where companies can find workers' comp solutions that are designed to meet their specific business requirements. As regulations evolve, Pro Group takes a proactive approach to clear the path to make sure your business stays ahead of the curve. Knowing your workers' comp program is optimized, you can focus on other important matters related to your growing business. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Brian Culpa Photography was born in the rolling hills of Massachusetts, and now he can help you experience the stunning beauty of Nevada in a whole new way through the power of flight. Flying has always been a passion for Brian, and at Brian Culpa Photography, he can make your imagination soar. Brian has the creative mind and tools to tell your unique story. Experience the bird's eye view at brianculpaphotography.com.
What do you count on? You count on your power every day. At NV Energy, we've always powered what's important to you, but we're not looking at the past. We're focused on the future. While our standards are high, our rates will remain low. And our commitment to renewables isn't just meeting standards, but leading the way. Because you can count on more than just your power. You can count on the company who brings it to you. That's our promise. You can count on it.
Nevada Newsmakers Studio is located at the headquarters of the Nevada Trucking Association. Motion and purpose are a truck's greatest virtue.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
time. We're back on Nevada Newsmakers. I'm Randi Thompson, and I'm joined with Yale Spina and Mike Savage. So we have this great university here. We have many ski hills here, and for years we had an NCAA sanctioned ski team. Even when they were a club sport at UNR, they were like the #1 in skier cross the last few years. So people do come to Nevada to ski. People do come to Reno to ski. Even gaming has finally embraced the fact that skiers, if you put yourself on a 10,000-foot mountain on 2 pieces of wood and go down, you're a daring person. You like to gamble. I think they're finally realizing the spirit of skiers are their good gambling profile. But University of Nevada has gotten away from having a NCAA team and having a club sport, and I think we have some news there, don't we?
Well, President Sandoval has announced that they're going to put out an NCAA Division I race team. Yay, for everyone
Yes.
in Nevada. This is a big deal.
It is.
And we have brought Mike in and others to support that effort. In other words, we believe that Sky Tavern could be a place where all race training can take place. We have a certified race hill, and we now have a 500 level coach. He's very humble in that there's, I think, only 3 in the United States.
Okay, I overdid
He's
it.
legit.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
the idea is to prepare the surface, schedule effectively, and make the hill available for training with repetition. I mean, you've got to have repetition and you've got to have a good surface to learn how to go fast.
Mm-hmm.
Without that, we can't win.
Yeah.
So we're supporting winning in Nevada. And
By
it's-
Nevadans.
And not only that, it's in Nevada for Nevada.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So, Mike, what is the opportunity here for you? I mean, in the sense of, do you see just a great group of kids out there that are the next Olympiads in our area?
Yeah, and if you study Alpine ski racing more closely in club programs, they're the grassroots of the U.S. ski team. These programs develop the individuals, nurture, support their progression to make it to the levels they're going to make it. And Sky Tavern obviously is one of the biggest in the United States, or the biggest junior ski program. And we have a chance to elevate this during the week and make it a little more competitive during the week and support these programs and all of these families and athletes in Reno. And ideally, we start using all of the opportunities we have at Sky Tavern to produce NCAA Division I athletes for UNR.
Right, which would be awesome. So the Sky Tavern ski team has been around for years. Chris Bender's been the coach, but all volunteer-based. So it's really exciting to have someone with your talent to come in and join us. What made you want to come back?
I've had the opportunity to coach at the highest levels, and the excitement comes from the beginners, the grassroots programs, and the development part of that. So that's why I'm here. Yeah. I've had the chance to travel the world several times and be in the top, and all the athletes come from the bottom, and I want to be a part of supporting a bigger group of athletes, families, and Reno's a wonderful community. I love it here.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to have you back. I really am. So you are embarking now on the 75th anniversary next year, kicking off 75th anniversary of the ski program. Tell us a little bit about what you're kind of looking at doing.
So with this new long-term lease, we're encouraged to expand everything. So it's a new day at Sky Tavern, and what we're attempting to do is, with the 75th anniversary, kick off a year-round program where we support camps and education and training at all levels year-round. So the idea behind this 75th anniversary, we want to explore that and expand on what we're offering at Sky Tavern. That includes summer programs for bikes, yoga, and other things like CrossFit. And our 75th anniversary is a great place, a great time to reimagine Sky Tavern. In other words, what more can it be? And I'm not just saying not just the junior ski program, but let's protect the junior ski program and expand in a whole bunch of different areas. Mm-hmm. And as we're a nonprofit, we don't have to make a profit, but what we want to do is expand the staff enough to operate the property year-round and offer whatever the community wants to do. And we're going to follow that to the ground and offer these programs that come up as we learn.
Mm-hmm. So a big challenge with skiing, obviously, is weather.
Yep.
And Sky Tavern's a little lower elevation, but still gets some darn good snow. But you're looking at making some advancements and some investments now, because you can, in a capital program.
Yeah, so we launched a capital campaign to raise money for a snowmaking system. We believe that number is $2.4 million. I'm happy to announce that we're already at about 1.6 million raised. We still have a ways to go, but what that means is putting snowmaking in at Sky Tavern will ensure a season. That's first of all. Second of all, it will help us sustain a business model that Sky Tavern can stand on its own 2 feet. Sky Tavern has always struggled to get to zero every year, and it's always just by nip and tuck that we make it. And I want to thank all of the legacy folks that have been running Sky Tavern all these years with really no money. We have an opportunity now to really put in the snowmaking, and guess what? We're going to start this year. We're going to install 2 guns so that we can train on the system, get to know everything we need to know about the system, and as we raise the money and we install the system, we're going to be up and running and ready to go. That's
awesome. So for those that were familiar with the fires that we had around Lake Tahoe last year, those snowmaking guns became fire suppression systems.
Absolutely.
So it actually is also a great way to almost protect the Truckee Meadows.
We believe, and we're telling everyone, that we're putting a tank system on the top of the hill. We believe we're going to do 3 million gallons. 3 million gallons on top of that hill is going to protect that neighborhood if we ever need it.
Yep, that's a good thing to have. Well, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back after this.
Reckless government spending on frivolous projects is bad enough. Even worse, spending to send COVID relief checks to criminals in prison. Senator Catherine Cortez Masto voted to allow COVID relief checks to go to the likes of the Boston Marathon bomber and hundreds of thousands of other convicted murderers and criminals, allowing almost $1 billion in COVID relief checks to go to hardened criminals in prison. Tell Senator Cortez Masto to start voting against reckless, wasteful spending to stop inflation.
The Nevada Builders Alliance has been protecting the interests of the construction industry for over 50 years.
Our programs save members thousands of dollars every year and allow them to provide much-needed benefits to their employees. Our industry also allows Nevada to grow. If you're thinking about a career in the construction industry, reach out. And if you haven't thought of a career in construction, what are you waiting for? We are the Nevada Builders Alliance.
Ahern Rentals began as Signal Gas Station on Las Vegas Boulevard. Founder John Ahern grew the business by offering rentals. His son Don built on John's legacy, growing Ahern Rentals into the largest independently owned American rental company, with 89 locations in 30 states. Don also brought his experience and vision to equipment manufacturing with Extreme Manufacturing and Snorkel. Today, Ahern Rentals continues to bring its family values to a new generation. Learn more at ahern.com.
The Do It Right guys at Nevada Heating have one mission. Your air conditioner breaks down today. We fix it today. Why sweat for days while your air is down when Nevada Heating can get the job done today and you can get cool again? For nearly 50 years, locally owned Nevada Heating has been getting the job done right. Call today at 323-5585 or see us online at nevadaheating.com.
It's the $85,000 football frenzy at Tamarack Casino with up to $15,000 in weekly cash and free play giveaways and $25,000 in grand prize giveaways Thursday, September 29th. Your good times are at Tamarack Casino during the $85,000 football frenzy.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And we're back on Nevada Newsmakers. I'm Randi Thompson with Yale Spina and Mike Savage. So, Mike, the fact that you've got a year-round hill, a mountain really, with meadows, with training facilities, what does it mean? You don't just go ski and learn how to ski on ski team. It's a year-round training, I would think, right?
Yeah, it's very important to make sure that you are managing all the different sports that are available throughout the year. I believe in cross-training, and I believe in all the other sports help. However, Sky Tavern, we're in a unique scenario where we can utilize the hill for dryland, we can utilize it for camps, for outdoor conditioning, for skiing at a longer period of time with the potential of the snowmaking. And also, too, we have other areas that we can take the kids to As they develop and they need more snow time, we know that in Reno, everything melts, so there are other opportunities around the world that potentially these kids can get involved with and have in the past.
Yeah. Now, the goal of Sky Tavern is not to create the next athlete. It really is to get kids outside.
Correct.
And the founder of the program, Marcy Hers, said no kid should hibernate. And that's the thing, is we're trying to get kids active, we're trying to get kids healthy, and we're trying to get kids of all means and abilities out there. So while you're here and focusing on creating the next, David Wise, or your little brother Lane Spina, who's a two-time Olympic medalist, we're also really just trying to get kids out and get them healthy and bring that into the families that might not have access to the outdoors.
Right, and for those that ride a bike, cycling is the largest growing sport in the world, by a mile. Everyone's riding a bike with the new e-bikes and all the different kinds of things, and also the new adaptive bikes. In case you didn't know, if you were to ride a hand cycle, it's hard. But these new hand cycles now have electric assist motors in them, so that's exploding. So the bottom line is, cycling is just going off. And about 4 years ago, there was a trail built to Sky Tavern from Tamarack Lake. And so cyclists have been funneling into Sky Tavern for the last few years, and we only had really one trail. We now have 5. So we've been building trails to facilitate a healthy, safe environment for anybody at any level to come and ride at Sky Tavern. And by the way, you can come and park at Sky Tavern and ride your mountain bike for free. It's open and wild, but we have graded trails so you're not getting over your head or over the front wheel, whichever it might be.
Yeah. And you've got a family foundation is doing some work up there, right? Or at least a family has started a foundation?
The Rick Sutherland group. Rick Sutherland was a mountain bike guru for a group of people. He was the one that taught them all how to ride and their kids to ride, that fixed their bikes. He died unexpectedly. And so their friends and family put a group together and said, hey, Yale, could we build a trail and name it after Rick Sutherland? And I said, of course you can. They raised a lot of money and gave it to us to steward. And so now we're right in the middle of building another trail, and it's being built by, I call him Picasso. Steve Wentz is one of the best builders in the world. He travels the world building mountain bike trails. He has taken Sky Tavern on as a project, and his masterpiece is going to be at Sky Tavern. And so the Rick Sutherland Trail, we will be opening by the end of September. Record time to build a beautiful trail like that. So the idea here is to build a trail system at Sky Tavern to link the greater Reno and Carson trails with the Tahoe area trail system so that there's flow through. Previously, Sky Tavern was known as the Gap. Well, now we have a trail system.
Yep.
So.
Now, what's interesting too is, again, this is a city park, so you can come up and hike and bike, but you can also rent the facility, right? I mean, you can have special events there. I know there's weddings there quite often.
We do great weddings and special events. We have catering available. So any type of special event you might want to have. We have the Aspen Grove, where my mom and dad were engaged, and it's a beautiful place. We've got a stage there and some lights. It's a nice place. And then we have inside areas as well, and a beautiful sun deck. So
and a big lodge, yeah.
And
for
at the lodge,
conference meetings or retreats,
Yeah, if you haven't been to Sky Tavern in the summer, you should go because it's beautiful. So yeah, we highlight in the summer any kind of events as well as racing, all kinds of mountain bike racing. And we held the World Champion One-Wheel Championships 2 weeks ago. And that was an amazing thing if you hadn't seen those things. So yeah, Sky Tavern is the place where you should go to experience affordable sports programs, any kind of event you want to do, and any kind of a race you want to do.
And it's 15 minutes from downtown Reno, really. Well, maybe 15 minutes from South Reno, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mike, what are the plans? What are you looking at as you start up this program? Because it really, even though there's an existing team, it's really, you can do kind of whatever you want to do, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's
kind
the
of a dream
luxury
job,
of this.
right?
It is a dream job, and the excitement is getting everyone more involved competitively, if they wish, and putting these programs in play so we can be the best, the biggest feeder program in the United States, and really more importantly is teaching life skills on our hill. I mean, that's really why I've coached for so long, are the life skills. It's a 1% chance of making it to the Olympics. The dream is always awesome, and we're going to definitely support the dream at Sky Tavern. But I think the most important thing is getting the families together in an environment that will produce the level of competition that one chooses to reach.
That's great. Want to wrap up with maybe donating, how to get a ticket to buy a season pass?
So a couple things. If anyone wants to enroll, they can enroll by taking a membership. The season passes for kids are $193. That's for the whole season. And then volunteer can log into skytavern.org and volunteer to help. We always need volunteers. And more specifically, we still don't have all the money we need for snowmaking. So please go to skytavern.org and donate. Every little bit helps. And if you want to assign it to snowmaking, please do that so that we can get that money sequestered for that event. And then also we have a Bobo's event coming up this weekend.
The Labor Day weekend. Yeah, Bobo's shop on Moana.
So Bobo's has been so gracious to us all these years, and we love them. And every year they do this weekend for us so that we can enroll kids. You want to get in now because, again, last year we sold out. So sign up now. Don't miss out. And then also, if you don't know how to ski and you're an adult and you're not sure what that's all about, please just volunteer. You go online, you buy a pass to be a volunteer, and you can learn to ski too. And help us run the parking lot, work in the kitchen, herd kids around, supervise. There's always something to do. And essentially, if you can imagine 3,800 people in one place at one time, we need as many supervisors as we can get. So parents are the best supervisors.
They are. Well, thank you guys for what you're doing, for all the work you're putting into our community. We really appreciate it. We'll be back right after this.
It's the $85,000 football frenzy at Tamarack Casino with up to $15,000 in weekly cash and free play giveaways and $25,000 in grand prize giveaways Thursday, September 29th. Your good times are at Tamarack Casino during the $85,000 football frenzy.
Retail's impact on Nevada's economy? Enormous. 8,600 businesses, large and small, employing 145,000 workers. And last fiscal year, retail paid tax on nearly $60 billion in sales. We're the Retail Association of Nevada. We support retail, we help it grow, and we mean business.
RANNV.org.
As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
Thank you for watching and listening, and you can watch us anytime at NevadaNewsmakers.com. We have archives that go back years, some great shows. We appreciate you watching and listening.